up, you guys? Welcome back to another one. If you're new to the channel, I am Gold Pony. I do new car, truck, SUV reviews on YouTube, and today we're in the brand new 2024 Toyota GR86, courtesy of Younger Toyota in Hagerstown, Maryland. For more information on their inventory, please feel free to check out the link in the description box below. So today we're in this one because there are some pretty big changes for the 2024 GR86, including a new Torino edition, which of course was made popular by Initial D. Great anime show, but I will say, if you guys ever watched the movie, kind of a sad ending to the movie. It was kind of disappointing, but anyways, you guys can watch it on Netflix in your own free time. But several safety upgrades for the 2024 model year as well, and of course you do get 2 years or 25,000 miles of complimentary maintenance to go along with all of that. So ultimately in this video, we will be testing out and going over everything about this one, from acceleration to braking, steering feel, ride quality, sound system, exhaust clip, all that fun stuff. So having said all of that, what do you guys say? Let's just go ahead and jump right into it. And as always, let's start with pricing. So as you can imagine, there are a couple different configurations for the 2024 GR86. You got the base trim starting at $29,300, premium, which is the one we are in today, starting at $33,000, and lastly the new Torino edition starting at $34,720. And by the way, for that last trim, only 860 are going to be available for us here in the US. You see what Toyota did there? GR86, 860. You probably already put it together, but anyways, regardless of trim level that you go with, the power plant on the 86 is going to be the same. Powering the little beast is a 2.4 liter naturally aspirated, horizontally opposed 4-cylinder boxer engine. Yes, made by Subaru. 228 horsepower at 7,000 RPM, 184 pound-feet of torque, coming in at 3,700 RPM. Power being sent to the rear wheels through either a 6-speed manual that comes standard on the base and Torino, or a 6-speed automatic with paddle shifters coming standard on our premium trim level that we have today. So yes, we will be testing out the paddle shifters in a little bit. I actually had the 6-speed last year. I had a lot of fun in that, so I'm kind of excited to try the automatic this year. A little something different, I guess. But 0 to 60 time coming in at approximately 6.1 seconds for the manual, 6.6 seconds for the automatic. Top speed 140 miles per hour for the manual, 134 miles per hour for the automatic. And lastly, MPG numbers coming in at 20 in the city, 26 on the highway for the manual, 21 city, 30 then on the highway for the automatic. But so now, having got all of that out of the way, what do you guys say? Let's go ahead and find a straightaway. Let me set up the GoPro here, and let's test out the paddle shifters here first, and let's see how quickly they are going to react for us here. Here we go. It's okay. Yeah, there's a little bit of a delay, but they're all right. Not as much fun, of course, as playing around with a 6-speed manual, but there was a full manual shift mode, by the way. I did slide the shifter all the way to the back and to the left, and it is holding the gear that I am currently in. So it's not actually shifting for me like a lot of automatics will actually do. So I do like that, but having said that, it is a 6-speed automatic, so there is a little bit of a delay. Maybe if they put a dual clutch transmission in this thing, it would be a little bit quicker, but they didn't, so a little bit of a delay, so take it for what it's worth. So at least they're there, I guess. But anyways, let's now go ahead and find one more straightaway with the car having full control, and let's see how quickly we can get our new 86 here up to speed. And by the way, there is a sport, snow, and track driving mode that's going to adjust things like the shift points, the throttle response, and things like that. So anyways, I got into sport driving mode in 3, 2, 1, yo! Not that much spinning, actually. Dang, this thing revs high. That's plenty. That is plenty of an acceleration for the 86. That was fun, man. Yeah, that'll put a smile on your face. This thing revs high, though. That surprised me. It was almost like S2K high. Not really S2K high, but actually, if you do hold it in that track driving mode, I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick. It actually does change the gauge cluster to actually look like gauges from an S2K. It's pretty cool because it just has the RPMs all the way up to 9,000 RPM. And there was a time with the S2K where it actually did, the red line was actually 9,000 RPM, which is insane. I know this is a Toyota review. I'm sorry for going Honda, but anyways, I wanted to just show you guys that track setup gauges because that looks pretty darn cool. But anyways, let's go ahead and put it back in sport driving mode. I'm going to take it out of track. That's better. To go along with that acceleration, as always, braking is equally important. And so up front, you will find 11.6-inch ventilated front discs for the base and premium trim levels. However, the Torino edition is going to bump that up to 12.8 inches, and yes, they will be Brembo front discs, so you gotta love that. A little bit of braking, a little bit of stopping power with the Torino. In the back, 11.4-inch solid rear disc. As far as that 60 or stopping distance goes, that comes in an insanely impressive 107 feet. As far as braking feel goes, It's so firm. One of the firmest braking feels I've felt in quite a while, and it's to be expected in a car like this, a fun car to drive like the 86, so you gotta love it. So I'm so used to driving soft braking feels because I've been reviewing so many SUVs lately, so to get in the GR86, this just feels right, man. I love it. So excellent braking feel in this one without a doubt. Then touching on suspension and handling, up front you're going to get a McPherson strut front suspension. In the back, independent multi-link rear suspension, Sachs dampers for the Torino, which of course is meant to improve stability. You got GR-tuned springs and shock absorbers as well for all trim levels, because this is the GR86 after all. As far as ride quality goes, it's okay. I personally don't have any issues. It's just kind of like what I expected the GR86 to ride like. Steering feel is 100% brilliant. Like, seriously, this is an insane steering feel. Wonderful handling in the GR86. That's really the biggest strong suit that I have found so far in my short little test drive here today. It just instantly points you in the direction that you want to go. I'm not sure you can get a better steering feel than the GR86. And I'm not even over exaggerating that. This thing is brilliant when it comes to steering feel and handling, but this thing is so noisy. I'm going 50 miles per hour right now, so between that deep exhaust note and the road noise, between those two, it's pretty darn noisy. So there is going to be a little bit of drone, a little bit of background noise in this video probably. I got a Rode mic, so you guys are going to be able to hear all of it, but yeah, I guess that's the downside. But if you're buying this car, it's probably not something that's going to bother you anyways. But touching on rear visibility, then I can see 100% perfectly fine out the back, so you're 100% not going to have any issues with that. But that pretty much rounds out the performance segment of this review, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at the exterior of our brand new 2024 Toyota GR86. All right, so here she is, you guys, the new 2024 Toyota GR86, finished in Raven, in case you were curious of our exact exterior color name that we have with us here today. But as always, let's go ahead and start with where the 86 is made. Taking a look at the VIN, first character is the letter J, indicating that the 86 is built and assembled in Japan, and it would be horrible if it was made anywhere else, quite honestly. That is where this one is meant to be made. But let's go ahead and start up front. Projector style LED headlights do come standard on all trim levels across the board. That is the best illumination you can get right there. Do get the automatic feature as well, so when it starts to get dark out at night, the headlights will turn on automatically for you there. But if you were to go with the premium or the Torino edition, you will actually also get adaptive front lighting. So if you're going around a bend at night, the headlights are going to swivel based on the direction of your steering angle, better help illuminating what is around that bend, so you're less likely to hit an alien or Sasquatch or whatever the case. So I absolutely love that as well. That's something Subaru does a lot, so of course you're going to see it here. Auto leveling also for those two trim levels as well. You also get automatic high beams now though. That is newly standard for 2024. Previously, you just got that on the premium trim level. That was it. Now you get automatic high beams on every trim level, so that's one of the big safety changes. There are plenty more. I'll get to them throughout the video. GR logo found in that front grille, of course, as well. And then to the bottom corners there, you will find front air curtains helping direct air around the wheel and tire combination for a little better aerodynamics there. But that pretty much rounds out the front end. This thing looks absolutely amazing up front, but let's now go ahead and make our way to the side. All right, so we're now making our way to the side of the 86. Black window surrounds do come standard. Gloss black power adjustable side mirrors will come standard as well. Probably can't tell that they're gloss black because we got the black exterior, but take my word for it. The side mirrors, of course, will be heated then as well for all trim levels, actually. Functional front fender vents. I'll actually get up a little closer so I can show that to you guys here. You got the GR logo in the front fender vents as well, so that's pretty cool. And then just below that, the functionality, so it is going to allow a little better aerodynamics there yet again. But then take a look down at the wheel setup here. 17-inch matte finished alloys for the base trim level, 18-inch matte black alloys for the premium, that's what you guys are looking at, of course, and 18-inch black metallic painted alloys for that Torino edition. But one of the best side profiles out there right now. I love this look of this car in general, but let's now go ahead and swing around to the back. All right, so now since we are around to the back of the 86, all the way to the top, body colored shark fin antenna. Just below that, you guys can see that rear spoiler. I'm actually going to give you a different view here, but body colored rear spoiler coming with the premium. So that definitely looks good. A nice little duckbill spoiler, I guess you could say, but gloss black rear spoiler. Same design, just a different color for that Torino edition trim level. LED taillights, they do come standard across the board. It's a little better illumination at night with those. GR86 badging found on the trunk there as well. And then just below it all, This should be absolutely amazing. Get ready, you guys. Here it comes. Dual exhaust outlets with either chrome or black tips. So we got the black, of course. This thing is completely blacked out. But having said that, if you've watched my reviews before, you know what's coming next. As always, here is that exhaust clip. All right, so now since we are around to the back of the 86, when it comes to opening that rear trunk, there is a button on the key fob. There is also a rubberized black button on the trunk itself then as well. But once opened up, cargo capacity comes in at 6.26 cubic feet, so not a ton of space, but I will say the rear seats do fold down, so there is a good bit of extra space then if you actually were to need to fold down those rear seats there. Cargo lighting does come standard back there, and then if you were to lift up underneath of that cargo floor, you will find some in-floor storage and a tire inflator kit back there. But then making our way up to the rear legroom, that comes in at 29.9 inches. So basically just like my old Ford Mustang GT. For reference, I'm an even 6 feet tall. I'll give this a shot for you guys. Not a ton of space for me, unfortunately, back there, but maybe small kids would be able to fit. I don't know. But then making our way up to the front seats, manually adjustable cloth seats do come standard. There is a leather suede combination as far as the finish goes for the premium and Torino trim levels. And then those premium and Torino trims is also going to give you heated front seats then as well. The buttons are located just in front of that cup holder there, so that is pretty cool that they were there. But overall, as far as seat comfort goes, it was okay. I love the bolsters on these seats. I will say that they definitely hold you in place very nicely, so I did like that. But yeah, they were okay. They get the job done. But now let's go ahead and take a look at this steering wheel. It is tilt and telescoping. It is leather wrapped actually for all trim levels. You got that cool GR logo at the bottom portion of that steering wheel as well, which I was a big fan of. Then making our way to the startup, let me start by showing you guys the key. If this looks familiar, yes, it's a Subaru key, of course, but you got lock all the way to the top. The Toyota logo is going to be unlock, and then the button just below that is going to be the button to pop the rear trunk there. But it is all keyless entry with a push button start. So all I'm going to do here is simply put my foot on the brake and press the engine start button located just by the driver's right knee there. And so once started up, as far as the gauge cluster goes, it's going to be a 7-inch digital gauge cluster. And again, to actually put it in that track mode, which completely changes the look of the gauges, just hold down that track button just behind the shifter for like 2 or 3 seconds, and that's going to switch that up for you. But it gives you digital speedometer. Of course, you got your RPMs up there, how many miles you have left until you hit empty. There's trip A, trip B, of course, fuel information, outside temperature. So pretty much what you would expect to find on the gauges there. But now let's go ahead and take a look at overall interior quality, because it's kind of a mixed bag, quite honestly. Dual zone climate control does come standard for all trim levels. I love that. So both driver and passenger can set their own individual temperatures. Aluminum sport pedals down below there for the premium and Torino edition trim levels, so I liked that as well. Also, something I liked, you know how the seats are leather suede combination? That does continue onto the doors as well as just above the gauge cluster here as well, so that looks dang good. I absolutely love that 100%. Just behind the shifter, I like that these buttons are all finished in silver, but kind of surrounding the cup holder, it's all matte black plastic. You guys know my ordeal about that. I would rather have that finished in like a gloss black, but I suppose it gets the job done. And then just behind that single cup holder is actually dual cup holder, so I like that there. And you actually have an aux port and a couple USB charging ports within there as well, so that was pretty cool. Of course, cup holders found on the doors there, but overall everything is definitely finished more on the basic side of things, as you would expect in most affordable performance cars like the 86, I guess you could say. But now let's go ahead and take a look at the infotainment screen. You're going to find an 8-inch color touchscreen display for all trim levels, Bluetooth and audio streaming coming standard, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. You can check out your maintenance information actually up there as well, along with your outside temperature. I see that in the upper left hand corner. That's pretty cool. And your radio information. So when it comes to the sound systems, there are 2 of them. 6 speakers is going to come standard on that base trim. However, there is an 8-speaker sound system for the premium and Torino edition trim levels. That's the one that we have today, so I'm excited. Let's go ahead and turn on the radio, see what we got playing this morning, and let's test out the clarity of this one. Plenty of loudness, so we'll say that. It's a pretty decent sound system for the size of this vehicle, I'll put it that way. Clarity is pretty darn good. That was just FM radio, by the way, so you're not going to find the clarity with FM as you can get through Bluetooth streaming through your phone or Sirius XM or something like that, but it was okay. The bass was all right, so I wouldn't have minded a little better sound system, but that'll certainly get the job done. But last thing I want to mention to you guys on that infotainment screen at least is when you do put the 86 in reverse, you will find a rear view camera coming standard across the board. Not the highest quality rear view camera, but again, it gets the job done, which is always is going to lead us into safety itself. This is the part that really impressed me, by the way. IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus, which is the very highest rating given by IIHS. So that pretty much says it all right there, and it's very rare for fun cars to achieve that rating. So well done, Toyota. But front side curtain airbags do come standard. Driver's knee airbag up front as well. In the back, you're going to have latch, aka lower anchors and tethers for children for the rear car seats, tire pressure monitoring system. But here's all the new standard safety for 2024. Yes, coming on the base trim level. So I love this. Pre-collision braking system, pre-collision throttle management, adaptive cruise control, lane departure alert with sway warning, and lead vehicle start alert as well. Then if you go with the premium trim level that we have today, that is going to add to that rear parking sensors and reverse automatic braking then as well. So overall, when it comes to my final thoughts, let me just start with what I just said. Excellent safety. You can't beat an IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus, and they added so much new safety that comes standard now for 2024 as well. So big fan of that, but brilliant driving dynamics. That's really what makes this car what it is. So incredible braking, absolutely unmatched handling and steering feel. That is what makes this car so amazing. And you got the real legit parking brake as opposed to electromechanical parking brake in this thing, so you can actually do some drifting in it, because after all, that's what the Torino edition was really meant to do back in the day with the AE86 Corolla, was drift. So I love the fact that it still has that manual parking brake there. That's absolutely amazing. Very affordable, fun car to drive. So that's really where this car should get a lot of people's attention. It comes in at a lower price than a lot of the competition. That is also fun to drive. So I'll just say that. Also amazing design. I think this thing looks absolutely brilliant, but as far as room for improvement goes, really the only thing I can think of is a little bit with the interior quality. It's kind of on the basic side, but I can't imagine Toyota can do too much with that, just because they got to keep the price low, of course. But I don't know, just surrounding the cup holder here, I wouldn't have minded if that was gloss black or even like a texturized plastic silver finish or something like that. I don't know. But anyways, let me know what you guys think of the 86 in the comments section below. That's about it for this one, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to follow me on social media if you wanted to see what's coming next on the channel before it gets to YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe and the bell notification button if you're into new car reviews, because that is what we do here on this channel after all. Do appreciate you guys watching more than you know, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Stay gold.